weirdest, most terrifying developments of today, my, unhinged day, since nobody will interact on social media, whether YouTube or Facebook or any of that, I took my video and sent it to all of my contacts. And we're talking, I have no idea who's relevant. Some of them are from Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and they're like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't going to share this originally, but now I realized, when your name is Mike Smith, you can't be outed because you're Mike Smith. Are you that Mike Smith? That Mike Smith? That Mike Smith? Fast forward, a few other million Mike Smiths? So there we go. I won't clarify beyond Mike Smith, okay? So this is not about outing this guy any further. This is about outing this evil, though. So let me tell you about Mike Smith. He was a co-worker of mine at a place I worked previously. And, so that's going to come out at the bus plant. And literally my last main job there, either before or after coming back from shoulder surgery, I think it was before getting my shoulder surgery, was doing the wheelchair lift to drill out for the wheelchair lifts in the back of the bus. So I'm supposed to be unhinged and crazy and too lazy, that's why I'm suffering, and yet they had me doing a job where literally one fuck up while working at maximum speed in maximum temperatures while going through, having a wife going through chemo and everything else I had on my plate. If I misdrilled a single hole, it was several $1,000s in labor to fix that mistake because they had to re-floor the entire bus. If I ever did, they didn't tell me, thankfully, but I don't think I did, but no pressure, no problem. Well, Mike had also done that job, and he's the one that trained me on that job, but we worked together and in proximity for a while, okay? I liked Mike as a co-worker overall, pretty much, and then he lived in the same town as me, so we would interact, we'd encounter each other on the way home and stuff like that. He one time helped me a little bit. I can't remember. My brakes had locked up, and I was afraid they were about to catch on fire, and he stopped and had some water. So he was able to help me when we were stuck with the locked up brakes until I was able to go to another friend's house and fix the brakes so we could get home, because we were living in Locust Grove at that point. Anyways, so I liked Mike, okay? Why weren't we friends outside of work, though? Because he was creepy as fuck with the shit he would say, and my stepdaughter was a fucking whore. I could not have him around my family, and it didn't even matter. I didn't have to stop and consider whether he was a threat to anybody. I don't know if I would have felt the same if it weren't for the way my stepdaughter was, but if I had let him come over and he had all revealed that side of himself, I could not be sure that my stepdaughter wouldn't go for it, or he wouldn't let her know that it was an option. That was undoable, right? Okay. Fast forward, and now it's just me and Matthew. There's no girls here and stuff like that, and I have no friends and nobody, whatever. There's been a few times, because he's always suggested, because he's still in my contacts, I'm always suggested him on every platform, and I'd considered it, but I never have. So, I guess, that was that creep factor, even though, but now I see, now I know more about what trauma and abuse has done to me, and I would have never, anyways, so however I processed his creepiness at work back then is not how I would process that today. So I don't know. Like, and I think I was aware of that enough that I'm like, that's really not my kind of people. And even if it wasn't a threat to my family, even if he was fun as a coworker, I was like, I left alone. I did not want to be keeping up with him. But I sent this video out today to all of my contacts. He happened to be one of them. And there was no chat history on my phone. Primarily, I only have his number because I actually needed to communicate with him at work. And this is really weird. So he must have shared this with somebody else or something, because his text was, wow, I used to work with him. Like, I'm the one that sent him the text. He didn't have my number. He didn't know I'm the one that told him about it. He thought I sent him my video because I was crazy. He didn't know I'm the one sending him my own personal video. Okay, I'm making this way too long, but here we go. Check out these text threads. I said, I am him. I am sitting in Claremore right now, Mike. We would be better friends, but you used to say some creepy shit, and my stepdaughter was a whore, so I didn't trust you around my family because of her, but I considered you a friend at work. And he said, well, I've been wondering if you still lived in Locust Grove. You were going to be a part-time teacher, but I was going to be a math teacher, but I can't do math because it's bullshit. But I digress. I'm not looking for a good time. I'm trying to stop the mass murder of children these days. So if you don't care about that, fuck off. Nothing else matters. If you hate murdering children too, how have you been? And he said, we have a son that has PTSD. All I can offer you is prayers to Yahushua, still at the plant. I said, what the fuck? Are you now in that cult? You never gave a shit about morality when I worked with you. He said, people change. Everyone can. I said, well, that cult is demonic. Are you willing to strike until America stops murdering babies in Gaza? The answer is no. I don't need to wait. That cult loves this shit. Don't pray to Satan on my behalf. One thing, in case you are sincere but mistaken, I sent him a link to Pork Slaugh's video. I said, that is my ex-wife in your cult too. Aaron is a pretty sincere and legitimate dude in your cult too, but she is accusing him of a rape that did not occur. Pick a side there. I hate your cult and its members with cause. They are frequently pedo, and you used to be fucking creepy. I think I know why you were won over. I said, you can't even answer regarding Gaza, so I answered for you. This was a mistake sending tips to you, fuck off, or sending this to you, fuck off. He said, sorry you're angry. I don't pray for God. That is Satan. I pray to Yahusha and Yahuwah, but I will still remember you in my prayers. I worry more about the children in this country that are killed before they are born. That seems to be okay with a lot of people in this country. Take care of yourself and your son. He still needs you. I said, cop out. Yeah, I want nothing to do with you, but I'm going to screenshot our threads before I delete you because I won't grieve you by name, just by story. Everyone else is letting us starve and die, so keep pretending you oppose abortion because murder is wrong while supporting the actual murder of babies, you sick pedo fuck. He said, glad you reached out to me anyway. I said, and is this a new development, or were you just too coward to talk about your faith at work while being a disgusting perv at times? If you have changed, do you admit you were a disgusting perv, or are you going to let me look like the ass for saying it? That will definitely tell me all I need to know. You probably go to Arkansas and fuck children at the cult campground there. You probably know Aaron. Do you admit you said creepy shit when we worked together? Said, later, man. Hope you can get it together. I lost a son. I hope yours doesn't lose a father. Said, you deserved it, I suspect. Have a good one. I know. You don't give a shit about babies dying and you lost your own son. Said, pervs to have a generic name, don't it? Oh, pays to have a generic name, don't it? Can't make this stuff up. Oh, a guy named Mike Smith was, yeah, right, LOL. He said, he was my baby. I said, should not have paid for the abortion. A baby born to someone other than your disabled wife, no doubt. When I worked with him, was in his 50s, so he's pushing 60-something now. His wife was his age and disabled. So I don't know what happened with her or whatever, but she could not have children. So if he lost a baby since we met, it wasn't with her. Like a teen, or I said, like a teen, and said, he goes, I truly hope you go back and read all that you have written and see the hatred and loathing you have for others. I said, sure, Mr. Smith. Genocidal lunatics, you have the hatred. I have only spoke truth bluntly. Thought it would be fun to catch up, but wow. But I'm sorry for your loss, but God isn't mocked. You deserved it. You don't care about other babies. Yes, wow. You really went off the deep end, he said. I hope you care about yours enough to get yourself back together. I said, to be absent in body is to be present with God. You hate the babies getting to skip this suffering and hate the babies that are suffering. You are the bad man. And if you were no longer a creep, you would admit you used to be. I could respect that, since you won't confess anyway, something like that. Don't confess I think it's the sin that you know, I know you are a liar and the truth is not in you. I said, you can't fondle an aborted baby, and mothers that make piss poor choices are the only way you get regular access to children. Therefore, you are done with genocide. That's supposed to be you are fine with genocide and hate abortion. I said, I still have Sean's number. I sent the video to him as well, because Google shadow bans anti-genocide content, so I have to share in hopes that I find somebody who cares. He said, there is one who cares. All you have to do is go to him. I did, and I'm a better person for it. So you don't have to confess to someone who knew what you were? Then you won't confess because you still are, and the people that know your past won't get access to, and if people know your past, you won't get access to children, or you may get caught. I said, I did not know you were a pedo, but I knew you talked like a creep. I'm only asking you to confirm you talked like a creep, and it was wrong. And it ended there. So, the Hebrew Roots cult is a disgusting cult. And in Arkansas, which is very close to where I'm at, across the border, there is a place where people go flock to that has a campground that literally has on YouTube videos of them fighting amongst themselves about whether or not they should be covering up their creepy shit with children. And really creepy shit. Like children doing bestiality as well as pedo shit, stuff like that. It is crazy. Go look at the link or search for Trisha Elliott. And then follow the flow of all that shit. And you're going to get to those compounds and stuff, and you're going to find some creepy shit. This guy was a creep. He wasn't religious. And now he's all about the Hebrew roots. I guarantee you, he's a pedo. I guarantee you, he's taking advantage of the state of Arkansas and state of Oklahoma not giving a fuck about children. There you go. I'm the one that's unhinged. Have a good day.